It's week 9 of the National Football League.
And we're going to see Mark Andrews.
He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Ravens and the Jaguars, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scotts alongside Brock Heward. And Brock, now that we're into the Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're underway from the bank. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
Two numbers that a lot of people were focused on from his performance last week. That would be 3 and 0, as in touchdowns and interceptions. That's a quarterback who was efficient, aggressive in the right spots, but he took great care of the football. And, of course, well, he cares less about those two numbers. He's more about the alphabet, like that letter W, picking up the win in that ball game.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already to midfield. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 46. Finds a seam down the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Running it with David Montgomery. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Complete here to Bowers. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Goal to go. It's a pass play. Has it in close. Touchdown, Jacksonville. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return starts at the 9. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. So here now are the Ravens on offense to begin their first drive. And we will get a look at their 6th-year signal caller.
I think we could give them a pass from last week because they still found a way to win, and that's the ultimate job of a quarterback. But those interceptions, that's not what we're used to seeing out of him week to week. The 2 touchdowns, though, Well, that's the bar he wants to hit each and every time out, and when he gets there, usually good things follow.
And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. George Pickens, the intended target. And we'll see what they do here on second down. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
A tight end in motion now. First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Stopped on the play by Big Chris Jones. Now, as that play ends, we see somebody hurt down there, and it's James Cook they're sending the trainers out to check on. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Pickens, the motion man right. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And
they're on him again, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And this will put an end to the drive after it stalled out. He punted 4 times last week in the win, and his first of this week is away. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. The Jaguars and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And that passing touchdown he started this game off with, just what we expected from somebody who you can see is among the NFL leaders in finding the end zone this year. And he'll have it up to about the 23-yard line on the play. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. From the 23. He gets it into the hands of Jalen Polk. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
To throw here on first down. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's complete to the back, David Montgomery. And he's tackled for no gain.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws. Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. 58 yards on the punt there. And the Ravens will go on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Man in motion out of the slot. Lance. Cut out left. And this one doesn't go far. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, Lance. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Running out of the gun with Mitchell. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. He got him very close. 4 yards there, but it's 4th and goal at the 2.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They motion the slot man right. They give to Montgomery to start the drive. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. They will not get another play off. We're at the end of 1. Neither side separating much so far. Back to the bank in just a moment. Back for the 2nd quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking down to 2nd and 9. Pass play coming here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
The Jaguars into punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. First punt win 45 yards. This looks considerably further. Juke the defender. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Ravens and Trey Lance headed back out on offense. And as he continues lighting up the stat sheets this season, we can see he's still chasing one man for the NFL lead in passing yardage. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Lance. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And he takes it across midfield and into Jaguars territory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
At the 47-yard line.
Mitchell gets it from the gun. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They're running the option, short side. He's out in the clear. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
1st down from the red zone. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. 2nd and 3 now.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Jaguars 7-yard line.
And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. They broke out the design run from there. Coach just tells him, hey, Brock, hey, QB, do your thing, get us 6.
Yeah, and these offensive coaches love this play, and defensive coaches hate it, Kate, because it really gives you an extra hat, right? An extra number when your QB's got the athleticism Got the legs, got the instincts to go run it in for 6. A defensive nightmare, an offensive touchdown.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Jaguars offense ready to take over once more. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun here. Short pass brought in. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's a Jaguar 1st down. They give up the gut to Montgomery. And they had that one contained right at the line. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Gets this to Montgomery. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That was Micah Parsons making that play. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He'll throw it. That's into the hands of Moore. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Able to get it to Moore.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
From the 36. On target to his man Polk. And they're going to take this in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars take a 2nd quarter lead. Jalen Polk the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Santos connects on the point after. And the Jaguars break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Returning it from the 4. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. We see the Ravens making their way out now. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Straight ahead, it's Connor. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Throwing off the play fake here. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Jaguars, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his 1st career interception.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one.
The Jaguars ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
This is ahead for about 5. Hassan Reddick cleaning up that play. As that play comes to an end, we get a pretty quick stoppage from the officials. Players shaken up. It looks like, it's David Montgomery who's being helped out and in some pain. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 37. Finds him over the middle. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Jacksonville first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
He's going to throw this one. Moore's got it. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And 3rd and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Into traffic, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to find Brock Bowers. So it's going to be 4th and short. He's dropping back to throw. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Now the Ravens all set for another possession. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackle made by Chuck Clark. Andrews with the catch. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. Motioning the tight end now. Shotgun now on 3rd down. Gets this one to Andrews. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. He puts some air under this one, deep right. This is caught inside the 15. They will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens earn the chance to tie before halftime. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Ravens tie things up at 14. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Brings in the kick at the 9. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Jaguars headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. This ball's cut by Bowers. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Offense at the line, but they won't snap it. We've got a timeout. From the 33 on 2nd down. Got a man, Bowers has it. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. New set of downs for him at the 38. Pass play on 1st and 10. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This is one of those situations where QB's strength and ability to run could be a great blessing, but can also be a curse. We've seen him use his feet before. This guy can escape, and that's a blessing. But it can be a curse because sometimes you think you can get out of everything. And this defense just proved he couldn't.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. He's back to throw. And that one hits the ground incomplete. A single second left now on the clock.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge game.
We've reached halftime of what's been an entertaining one so far. 14-all is our score. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll get started up at Cleveland Browns Stadium in Cleveland. And it's the Falcons who are out in front in the 2nd quarter. The Falcons trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Next, we head off to check out another game. And they are in a tight one, all tied with the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Packers. The Eagles still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Return coming from the 6. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The Raven offense headed out for this first series of the 2nd half. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around. It's an option right that begins this drive. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Back to throw, it's Lance. Catch is made down the right sideline. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3rd down, 1 yard to go.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Again, this is Mitchell. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They go play action on 1st. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Trying again following the sack. This one's to Andrews out right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 31-yard play, and that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Play action on first down. Rolling out to his left. He can run it.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
Here's 2nd and 5. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
The challenge with so many sacks is it just disrupts everything in the rhythm and timing of your offense. All of these negative plays. Hey, this league and this game is hard enough when you're on schedule. All of these sacks setting you behind.
Pressure's there, and he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Boy, this defensive crew is locked in, and that O-line's head, they are a-spinning. Back-to-back sacks has this offense on skates, and those blockers can't figure out where this rush is coming from next.
Now this is a beauty of a kick. It's headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're going to mark it out at the 6. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has to be happy about his game. We're checking some of the highlights right now that he's made so far. A good showing that's seen him in the zone from time to time. And also he's just seen the field well from his spot in the middle of this offense. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Decent gain here, but short of the 1st. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back now, pressure on its way. This one finds Polk. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a pickup of 11. And that's a Jaguar 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
To throw here on 1st down. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Trying to get that one to Jalen Polk. So it's 2nd down coming up. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Here's a throw. On target to his man, Polk. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. The Ravens trotting out their offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. Mitchell takes it straight ahead. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Time we offered some serious blanket praise for this entire group defensively. The guys up front, they've certainly generated the pressure. Everybody on the back end in coverage, well, they're holding down their assignments to delay these throws. This is going to be one tomorrow, one fun tape to watch, because 6 sacks, it's hard to come by in this league.
All right, here we go. Second down. Mitchell up the middle. And he's brought down for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And he takes it up and across midfield into Ravens territory. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2. On the quick slant, it finds Polk. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Moore going to motion over right. Has him on the quick hitter. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
After 3 quarters, we're still neck and neck. Neither side has been able to fully separate. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Second and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they make the stop, we're going to say at about the 37-yard line. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Looking to the air here. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. 2nd and 3 now. From the 23. Has a man, it's Scott. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. There are cost mostly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. A give to Mitchell, running left. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A gain of 4 for them. That sets up 3rd and 7. Throwing from the gun here. That's caught for the 1st. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Mitchell on the carry. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards. I think that's a case where the defense, well, you forgot to account for the fullback. And I know why. Because they rarely get touches. And boy, do they rarely make big plays like that to the 2nd level.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It is Cup left side. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Running back sent in motion. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And he drives this forward to the 6. 2nd and 3 now. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. They'll run. This is Mitchell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Now after the play, we've got somebody shaken up, and as we pause, yeah, we see that's Elijah Mitchell, who's in need of some assistance. Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Shotgun handoff to Estime. And he's brought down for a loss. Following the run, we see he's still out there dealing with some sort of injury. They'll head out to check on him. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Oh, fullback's got it. Look at the power. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. George Pickens the touchdown. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Yeah, such just a difference-making receiver, Kate.
Yep.
You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. But what makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Montgomery hauls this one in. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Gets this to Montgomery. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
From the 43. Gets some space around midfield. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Back to throw. Polk makes the catch. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw it. This will be caught by Cooper. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. Here he is to throw. Oh, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Ravens. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
They bring on the punt team, and they get this kick away. Brings it in at the 12. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. Does it for another broadcast of the NFL on EA Sports. With my partner in the booth, Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.